Hi, how are you doing? Hope you all are doing great because I am. We bless Baba God for that. It's a talk show with Charity on her employment experience titled Employer/Employees Palaver and Relationship Part 2. If you've not listened to Part 1, I advise you quickly do that so you could flow with the storyline. You are blessed. We move. So I graduated, served, and joined the labor world. By this time, the second phase of my employment palaver and relationship started. I moved in with my sister in her place. I gave out my CV through her assistants for people to help me get job, but it wasn't forthcoming. Then, after 6 months, I went in search of job myself. Fortunately, I stepped into an office that was owned by 2 partners and there was vacancy. Great! God is good all the time, and all the time, God is good. We move. For clarity, I'll be identifying the bosses in the office with alphabet. Boss A is the financier and the main boss. Boss B is the second boss. Mr. C is Boss A's friend. I don't know the arrangement he had working with the company, but he has a table in the office. The first day I stepped into the office, I met Boss B, a very nice man. Indeed, the man is nice. He told me there was vacancy and interviewed me immediately, told me how much I was going to be paid, although the pay wasn't much, but he said that was the pay for probationers and promised to increase it to a certain amount after 3 months probation. Then fast forward to when I resumed. I met with Boss A, the main boss, and he accepted me too. Great. Few weeks after my resumption, a hard and difficult question was thrown to me by Boss A. Can you date your boss? Wow. It came as a shock, and I answered immediately, no, sir. Why? He asked. Nothing, sir, I responded. But when he persuaded, I told him I can't date a married man. He asked if he were to be single, would I have dated him? I said no. He told me to think about it, that he would give me time. I never thought about it, I won't lie. I never did, because I had already told myself back days in school that 2 people I can't date are my boss and a married man, and had kept to it. So I never bothered my pretty head thinking about it. From time to time, he would always ask what my response was to his proposal. I would start begging him, sir, please, see me as your daughter now. Even if you think you can't give birth to me, see me as your younger sister. But he would bluntly tell me, you're not my daughter and you're not my sister, so I can see you as one. Think of the benefit, oh, think of the gain. I can do this for you, I can do that for you. Think of the benefit, he would say. After a long pull without a positive result, him and his friend Mr. C made the office a living hell for me. I was asked to learn how to drive, so I could be given an official car for official runarounds. I learned how to drive. I told them, guess what? Lot of laugh. Not even a car key was given to me. Rather, they made jest of me. But I wasn't bothered at all. You know why? Because car wasn't my problem at that moment. Everything that Boss A and Mr. C, his friend, did to me, the bullying, making me see my colleagues whose salary, and Boss A calling me in a very funny way, hey, you those girl, come here. What is that your name? And then he will add my name. Just like, hey, you those girl, come here. What is that your name? Charity. Although he calls me by my local name. Then I will answer innocently. None of this got to me sincerely. The only thing that got to me, both mentally, emotionally, physically, that even teared me up, I cried, was his refusal to increase my salary to the company's salary payment standard after my 3 months probation. You see, my wonderful friends, I could be very strong in the face of any challenges. But that challenge of holding on to my salary, my sweat, or underpaying me for any reason weighs me down more than you would imagine. And this was what the devil tormented me with back in the days of my employment journey. Let's not go into that for now. Let's stick to the business of the day. And so for a very long time, I was still paid same salary as probationer. Boss B, the nice man, pushed for my increment. I did too. All to no avail. Not until my dad came visiting my sister. Oh, my lovely sisters. They really tried so much in taking good care of my dad. They really did. But me, as one of the younger daughters that I am, I was supposed to be buying him things, give him treat. You know all those kind things now that younger daughters do for their lovely dads. That dad that took very good care of them. I was unable to do it. I was unable to do it the way I had wanted. That got me very angry. So one day, after the close of work, I called him, Boss A, that I wanted to see him. Guess what I wanted to see him for? Guess. I know some of you. Most of you would have thought I wanted to accept the proposal, Abby. Lot of laugh. It's just a joke. Why would I? That was one of the decisions I made while growing up. And at that moment, I did not see any reason to undecide. It wasn't easy though. I know most people out there watching and listening to me right now had passed through this kind of my experience or even more. Some people are even passing through it as we speak, while some will in future pass through it. But I want to tell you, if your decision is same as mine, not to date your employer as an employee, please, I beg you, don't on the side. No matter what, there is no gain in the head of fish, my dear. It's better you date someone outside the office than to date your employer. My opinion though, I don't know if I'm making sense, but that's my opinion. Anyway, this is a topic for another video. There, I'll give you reasons why you shouldn't date your employer. So back to our talk. I met with him. I told him my dad came around and I couldn't even take proper care of him. He asked me, how is that my business? I told him that my salary could not take care of my dad, that he should please increase my salary so I could take proper care of myself and the people around me. That I had lied to my dad about the amount I was being paid. He was like, why would you lie to your dad? Why can't you tell him the truth? With tears in my eyes, I answered Boss A. I could not see myself look my dad in the face and tell him the amount I was being paid as salary after so many years. It will break him. I guess that touched him, Boss A, And he said, I will see what I can do about it. I thanked him and left excited, happily waiting for the end of the month for the money to hit my account. I was even planning on how to carry comedian Funny Bros Ghana Must Go back to the bank and cash out my money. Big get things, big babe, lot of laugh, jokes anyway. Then I got the shock of my life. 5,000 naira increment, not even close to the company's salary payment standard. I cried, and from that day I decided never to ask for increments again. Rather, I started looking for another job. While I was still working with them, the ill-treatment continued, especially from Mr. C, Boss A's friend and employee, to the extent that Boss B noticed that I was being maltreated by them and invited me to his office. He asked if Mr. C had asked me out in any way, and I refused. I said no, sir. He said because he could feel the heat from the way I was being treated by them. Them here is Boss A and Mr. C, his friend. I refused to tell him that it was actually Boss A that had asked me out and Mr. C brought the case to deal with me because he supported him as they were birds of the same feathers. I refused to tell him because I never wanted to sack myself by myself. I wanted to live there gracefully, but I was wrong. I was very wrong because I was fired. Stay tuned for the continuation of what led to my sack and what happened after. It was a very long experience, and all won't be in part 2. Remember, it's a talk show with Charity. See you in the next video. Don't forget to comment at the comment section. It's an interactive show. Ask questions, contribute. DM me if you want your own story or experience to be told, either as an employer or an employee. You never can say. Your story could be an encouragement, a lifting, a life-saving to someone passing through same as you. Hit the like button if you got value out of this. Love you. Let love live. Love is the greatest. Bye for now.